So where she sat was behind the German guy that I talked about earlier, the German, like second generation migrant. Well, he has money. And I talked to him, he's super cool. He lived with his parents, went to Auburn, blah, blah, blah. The same time she was complaining about paying $22 a day and talking to a debt collector, he was buying a $600 ticket for the Auburn versus Washington game at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the upcoming football season. Because I walked by and I said, what you getting? Are you getting tickets for the season? He goes, no, that's one ticket. Let me say that again. She's complaining, crying about $22, and he's buying a $600 football ticket for one game. When I tell you it's such a stark difference in resources,
with the designated bottom. Everybody, see, in order for America to work, somebody has to be on the bottom. This country doesn't work if nobody's on the bottom. Capitalism doesn't work if there's no bottom. And what they've decided is that we're going to put black people on there. We're going to make up this thing called race. And we're going to say that these people who are brown, who come from slaves, are like inferior and like the men are rapists. And we're going to make up this whole thing about them. And we're going to use that to put them on the bottom in order to make America work. And so it doesn't matter. So you have this German person that you work with who can buy a $600 ticket. And the girl can't buy $22 a day. And that's what it takes to be American now. To be American, you got to be able to drop $22 a day and not even worry about it. But we don't have it because of historic reasons. And white people own those parking lots and don't want a metro. They own those parking lots, right? And they don't want a metro. They own those parking lots.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I was just agreeing with you that, and I think that what people don't understand when they don't quite understand, like and they say you're being negative, I don't think they understand how often that happens. Where somebody can't front when they're working for a company. I've seen this where they can't pay, like you just got to pay your expenses. Oh, we're going to send you for training. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. You just got to pay your expenses and get reimbursed. If you don't have the money to get reimbursed,
that's happened to me. That happened to me. That's happened to me on jobs. That's happened to me on jobs. But I've always been a little squirrel running around with every little nut I can find and not buy nothing. But it's happened to me. I go places when I was in my career early on and like, well, you got to fly here and we'll reimburse you. What the hell I'm going to do till I get reimbursed? I ain't making no money here. But everybody else gets to have these in vivo transfers too. Like even when I was young and I was working on Capitol Hill, you see a lot of these white people who like, well, my mom sent me this and my dad sent me that, and I got this money from this one, I got this money from granddad, and for Christmas, grandma, and all this stuff. And you're like, well, what the hell, man? That's the thing that makes it possible. That's the thing that makes their lives possible. But it don't make our lives possible. That don't happen in our lives. We don't get those in vivo transfers. And even our people who have it, even the boomers who have it, they're not trying to give it to us in life and pass it down. That's something that needs to start happening too. We need to start having conversation with these boomers. Hey, what's the wheel look like, and when you coming up off that money? I don't need no transfer after you die. I need stuff right there to make my life possible. Because that's what white people are doing. No, you don't get to go buy a Harley. You don't get to go start a new family somewhere. You don't get to go be happy. You get to pass this down right now. Let's talk about how you're going to do that right now. And we don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. We like to say, well, it's their money. No, in what world? Everybody's living off multi-generational money now. Ain't nobody living off their own money now. And you're going to tell them, well, it's their money, I'm going to make my own money. Good luck. Sorry, Carl, I'm going to let you finish.
No. And you're right. Just to add up to that I'm done, is that, so the German guy, just to let you know, part of it, just, having conversation, exactly what you said about everyone's eating off or they're living off of the wealth from the previous generation. The reason why he has the money in the bank, the reason why he has money, he said when he graduated from college, he stayed home, didn't have one bill, his parents paid for college. He said every job went in the bank. So he's 27 going on 28. And he regularly buys $600 tickets to go to his SEC football game. And he's looking to buy a home in Brookhaven. And he's looking,
Brookhaven.
$400,000
Brookhaven.
I'm telling you.
See, people don't know when you talk about, tell them what you said again about how much, I'm from here. I know how much a house costs in Brookhaven. Tell them again how much a house costs in Brookhaven.
$400,000 plus. And this is a 27-year-old young man. This is a German guy. And he literally is like, it's an investment. I have a roommate. My roommate can pay half the mortgage. I'll probably put between $80,000 and $100,000 down, but he easily has that in the bank. So when I'm telling you real life, I'm looking at this black girl And I'm looking at this white guy and what it means to have parents that come from something. So when I tell you what you're saying is so spot on. Like, people need to understand they've got to change what they're doing because you are not going to make it. You cannot afford life. You're not going to be able to afford to be safe, to be in safe neighborhoods. You're not going to be able to afford life. So I'm agreeing with you.
Thank you, Carl.
It's a great example. You talked about we're the same, but when I tell you we're not the same and the struggle is real for Black people, it really is, and more people need to listen, wake up, and understand that we've got to work together, get our politics together, and kind of change how we move. Or, like you said, we will be priced out of America, and we will not survive.
Because, thank you, Carla, I appreciate it. But you're exactly right. That was a great example. Because what happens is these people are tied to the New Deal. See, the New Deal, people talk about, well, we don't want protectionism. We had some immigrants then, but we didn't have anything. Like, you saw this with the Immigration Act of 65, and then with the Black immigrants, you saw it in 1980. You had basically a protectionist sort of thing. Companies weren't able to leave, and there were not a bunch of immigrants coming in, and we were tied to this whole FDR, and a lot of these people who were in the New Deal, right? Who got benefits from the New Deal, they're still tied to that. When America was booming and America was making money, and their granddaddy or great-granddaddy was making money, that's what they're tied to. That's what they're connected to that makes their lives possible. They're getting in vivo transfers of wealth to make their lives possible. And our people don't either don't have wealth, or you have somebody who has wealth, who is a boomer who has wealth, and they trying to spend all the wealth on themselves before they die. And everybody living longer than they used to live. So you got a boomer who's just like, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go here. You can't spend this up before you die. That's not how this works. You better give that up. It's not how it works. We just let people, well, it's their money, it's not my money. So if they want to spend it, no, you brought me here. Do you understand that you people either had me or you had my mom and daddy? You brought me here. You can't bring me into this life and then just tell me I'm on my own. What's wrong with you? When everybody's, even these white people's out here living on their grandmama and mama and them in life transfers to make their life possible. People are living on intergenerational money now. Ain't nobody living on individual money that's built during this lifetime. This is multi-lifetime money now. You better start having a very difficult conversation. It's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. You got to have a conversation. You got to have it with your siblings, with your mama and them, with your grandmama and them. You got to have these conversations. I remember I had a friend a while back who got upset with me because her mom was living in a house that was in a gentrified. It was her house in a gentrified neighborhood. I don't know, y'all don't know, like Midtown, like further up Midtown, like maybe the Moreland area, but turned into like this all white stuff. And like I was like, you need to talk to your grandmama about what she gonna do with this house. Well, that's not mine. What are you talking about? Like what do you mean? Like, you're doing all this stuff for your family and all this stuff, and you don't want to have a conversation? And I think those of us who don't want to have a conversation are gonna have a hard road to go. You know, protectionism is real. Like, Trump isn't the first person to kind of like lock the American door, and we should think about how we are impacted by locking that door. Especially in a shrinking economy with fewer jobs, more mechanization. Why would you, within that in that shrinking economy, not a booming economy, want to invite more immigrants in to compete with your kids who already have limited opportunities and are already on the designated bottom? What sense does that make? One of the things that I deal with, or that I understand when I wake up in the morning, is that I'm a human being, and I only have so much energy. So the stuff that's most important to me, I put it earlier in the day, before afternoon. Like, usually one of the first things I do is I work out because I want to try to maintain my health. That's one of the only things I can do. And so it's imperative to me you work out and shower and you read. And then, like, the stuff that I do, if it's a show day, then, okay, I got to go prepare the notes for the show and all this stuff. So it's like the stuff that's most important to me comes first. And I'm always cognizant of the fact that I'm human and I don't have an infinite amount of energy. So at a certain point, I'm going to get tired. So I have to prioritize. Like, but it's as a group, as like Black American descendants of slaves, it's almost as if we're not cognizant of the fact that, like, we only have so much political capital, and the bulk of that political capital has to be used for us. We can't spread that political capital to the Hondurans and El Salvadorians and Mexicans and women and the white women and the Me Too and all this stuff, and there's only so much, and you're on the bottom. It's not even like if we were here, let's say if we were here and like white people had 20% of the wealth and we had 10, we got half, but we moving. We got half of what they got. Then all these other migrants, maybe they got everything else, or maybe white people got 40% and we got 30%, and then that's 70, and then you got 30 that's got 30 people, and he's like, okay, well we close. Like when you're on the dead bottom and you have some political capital left, that needs to be used for you. That needs to be used for us. And I don't think we really understand that we're squandering everything we have. And for what? These people have not taken an oath of allegiance to like Native Black DOS. So what are we doing? We're just acting on behalf of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party just wants more votes. Just like the Republican Party just wants more cheap labor. They don't want these people to have a better life. They want these people to come here and be cheap labor in these factories for them. None of these parties really want what's best for these people. They don't care. Like, do you think Hillary Clinton issued a statement or something, or tweet about immigration? Like, you did what you did to Honduras. Give me a break, lady. Like, all these people, they don't care. Caring means fixing foreign policy.